me speak real quick on this situation. So, this is a situation about being able to speak to people, being able to, have different connections, whether it be telekinesis, mental telepathy. Um, then you got, all sorts of different levels of things. This county knows about it. How I know? As soon as I pulled out, because I've been getting different projections, again, they told y'all already for years. It's been being told to y'all for years. No harm for people are to come here. If you are trying to harm someone in any way, shape, level, or form, and yes, that still means even if you are of different ethnicities, you're not to come here. You're not to come here. So, two black. I don't know how to flip this camera. Two black cars just passed by, but not only that, as you see, they stopped at my mailbox. Now I actually have the picture. I don't have the picture of the black cars that came by, but they let you know they've been watching. And again, whether you feel like you don't have strength, whether you feel like you had say so, again, this is the place where you're supposed to be coming to sit. We supposed to sit and we supposed to talk like this. Again, civil. Now, basic level, being able to communicate in a way that is safe and secure. Um, Again, it's a certain faces that was given for this task. It's certain famous people. It's certain it is no wordplay. So it's different famous people. Let me not say certain. Different famous people, different civilian people, different people within different branches of the government. Some people will be civilians. Y'all have been being told this for years, even though you haven't been able to respond to it. Now, again, some people feel like that was the time as to where they knew people wasn't going to be able to respond, was to the time to run off and do whatever they wanted to do. That's not right. What it was for the time for you to go over your checklist of what you do and don't want, what you did and didn't get to talk about. It just popped up out of nowhere. I'm sorry. I just seen something glow, and I was trying to figure out what the heck it was and where it came from. It looked like dirt at first, but it might be some other stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not about to toy with people. People are not toys; they're humans. So we want to do this in a way that is safe and secure for all of the people that come here to sit and talk. Um, so I said civilians, right? I'm sorry. It's different little things that is throwing me off. I'm trying to make sure I stay alert. They saying that I should not have to be where I have to walk. Again, no predatorial people here. Um, because communication, people are worried about not being safe, but how are you going to complain about the safety, but you send your kids to school every day with random strangers? It's a school on the next road back behind this house where I stay. Not only that, they pass on this road every day. We don't want anything to happen to these children. Again, I am going to repeat, we don't want anything harmful, bad, wrong, whether it's subtle, whether it's hidden, we don't want anything bad to happen to these children. Okay? That was not meant for people to toy with. It was meant for people to get the fact that this can become very unsafe. So we want different people to be responsible and come and talk. I saw another car. I put my hand out the window. They slowed down. her hand out the window. They slowed down. There go another. They coming back down. It's literally 3 of them. Like I said, we've been here for several years since let me see, 2010 to the least. 2010 to the least. And like I said, they don't come on the street to clean the edge of the main road. They don't do that. So again, there's no way that, again, police officers have been coming up and down the street. Police officers have been coming up and down this street. There's no way that this neighborhood not safe. And like I said, if we can do it in the plaza, if you feel safer in the Fayetteville Plaza, the one that's right across the street from the Kroger on the right hand side, where the Dollar Theater used to be. You should not have to go any farther than that. If you down further than Fayetteville, come up. If you up towards the city, come down. So we can gather, we could talk. He said now it's different people who were called out that they have been sabotaging, meaning they were called out for sabotaging, not saying, oh, you was welcome to come. You were said, it was notated that you like to sabotage things because you think that things are funny when people are in uproar, or when they're under confusion, or when you think that you can have control over stuff. We have to do something for the newer kids. You get what I'm saying? They trying to do 80s, 90s, all the way up to now. If they can't, they're going to have to detach the 80s. We're trying to make it where they not detaching the 90s babies. Again, because, it's too many good kids that grew up and was going to college with degrees and all of that can help with all different ethnicities. Now, not only that, what was I saying? Not only that, we trying to do it as respectful as possible. The process, though, red, black, and white uses red, blue, red, white, and blue. Yeah, they do their junk deliberately. Let me make sure I had the camera pointed in the right direction. Because sometimes, like, they know how to move them cameras. But I'm pretty sure I pointed it in the right direction. So, yeah. If you going down 85, he's saying it's a lot of people waking up to their knowing of what's going on. You see how you've been able to come and go. You've been able to go shop. You've been able to go to the movies. You've been able to go on vacations and you not be harmed or harassed or abused or poisoned even. They want it to stay the same. Just because you've been having the experience, but you've been having the experience. So they want it to stay the same. We don't mind going to places where it's safe to be at, to talk to different people, but at the end of the day, I don't want no predatory people walking up on this physical. I don't want no, and that includes vibrationally. Again, when you sit up there, you talk about different stuff like astral projecting, or you talking about body walking, or you talking about just walking around vibrationally. You know what I'm saying? No predatory people. I'm not in agreement with that. Nor let me not use the word nor. So it's different words that don't need to be used when we talk. Again, if it's too much for it, because it's a lot of different people, inner body and outer body, that are going through different struggles, we want to include them and make it accommodating for them. But you see how the word include and accommodating for a person, for a child that is in elementary school to get those words, you will have to break those words down and explain it to them. So if a third grader can't get it, y'all remember that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? It's not a game. We are talking about our living standards, basic human decency, and how we communicate going forward when the world is fighting with each other in so many different ways. We have to come together to make things better. If we don't do it, it's not going to get done. Let me see. So again, I'm not about to play with this. I'm not about to toy with it. None of that. And I ask that everyone else that wants to be involved respect that moving forward. And so, yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Someone is asking me to mention the Rancher ATVs. I'm trying to hook up to my Bluetooth speaker with my tablet, but my phone got broken. I know for a fact that it got broken from someone on the other side knocked my phone out of my hand. Yeah, just like that little pop-up incident on there right before Bethesda. Yeah, the umbrella. I'm not stupid. I know exactly what's going on. And so like so yeah, someone knocked it out of my hand. It broke. They wasn't supposed to be doing that. Stuff like that has to be corrected. I wasn't harmed in any way on this side, but they are trying to make sure that no one is getting harmed on the other side as well too. They're not supposed to be getting harmed, nor not using the word nor. No one is to be getting harmed, and no one is to be getting threatened. Again, they have been telling the individuals that feel like they can only do things by threats. They've been telling them don't come around. They've been telling them stop threatening people for years. You've been being told for years. You've been being told for years. There's no excuses. You don't want to give excuses, reasonings, when people have reasonings on a basic level and they have different things that they need to survive. So why should we be giving any excuses to you when you should have all that you need, or you gloat about having all that you need? Why should we be giving any excuses to you? And so now, yeah, because it's always been openly said, but that is what people complain about when they go to these press conferences, or they talk about the presidency and all of that stuff. They don't mind natural healthy reaction. They don't want to force control over a natural healthy reaction, or allow others to force control over natural healthy reaction. If natural is a wordplay word, then we're detaching from it. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, they coming back down the street again. And so, what was I saying? Oh, the birds woke me up this morning. He came. It was a grill sitting by the doorway, and it came and sat at the grill and was looking at me. They came a couple of times and like light chirp, and they was like basically trying to wake me up because I've been sitting like sleeping in the chair. So, but I passed out. Majority of the time is what that is. There go the police. Y'all see they monitoring, right? They know exactly what's going on. So, what was I saying? So I was gonna play it on the radio, and I can't. I already played it at nighttime. He said maybe it's best that you can't connect. He said they talking directly to me. He said because there is an old saying. I don't play the radio with this one. Someone is gonna have to come up and explain what the hell that means. they've been telling us a lot of people not to watch the YouTube videos because they wanted to know what connection that you are getting in your mind, what image, what thought, what topic, are y'all talking about in y'all mind? What is the thing that's being talked about when y'all talk to each other, mental to mental? But they are trying to do it in a safe way. So again, it is going to be posted for safety and evidence, but at the same time, it's not it's not it's not it's not for anyone to play with. um I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything because I'm being pulled on at the same time. So let me just be truthful about that. Um, let me see. 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 I said natural, safe response and reaction. It's been too many votes on it, and it's a lot of people voting against controlling people in advance. Let me see. Oh yeah. So let me explain who I am physically right now. HPV is my initials. How you say my name is Hannah, 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 Hannah. They saying that's why one of the people who was called out was Miley Cyrus. Everybody knows she got this TV show Hannah Montana. I had nothing to do with it. Okay, let me see my physical. Trying to pick a correct wording when people are trying to play with you like you crazy. It becomes harder, especially if you don't know who's coming and going. You don't know who's challenging who. People are toying with people and people are lying. If everybody's lying, it makes it hard. So again, where people would volunteer to do different little foundations, sometimes they need good people to come together, even though, that might not have been what you got up on your platform for. Sometimes you got to come together and make things right. Why you specifically? Because we have to, we're around the same age. They questioning whether or not you might be a little bit older than me. The Montana. It's a Montana sitting out in here. I had nothing to do with the Montana. I didn't even know that they was gonna get the Montana. Let me see. Another one. SZA had been singing for some of this stuff because the Saturn. This Saturn, I ain't know nothing about this Saturn. I ain't know nothing about it. I had several cars that was paid off, completely paid off. I had a Chrysler Pacifica. I had that was paid off. I had a see that's a Rogue, but they do have a Murano that comes through here. So specifically, I had a Chrysler Pacifica. I had a Dodge Intrepid. I had a wait, what came after the Dodge Intrepid? I had a Nissan Murano and a Chrysler Town and Country. And I had Town and Country. And I had geez Louise, what else did I have? I think that Town and Country was the last car I had completely paid off. But yeah, I did get a Toyota Corolla that I rented. I rented it for a little while, and then I took it back. He's saying you need to question whether or not your car selection was set up deliberately, even though you had no control of it. Now, for real, because my original car that I was looking for at first was a Honda, because the Hondas is supposed to be reliable car. Yeah, it's wordplay. Ha ha ha. My name is Honda, and so wordplay. They get what wordplay is. They are proving the fact that they get what wordplay is. So I do go by both because my daddy calls me Hannah. He had his own stuff going on. My mama calls me Hannah. I will explain on another live what it was about, why they call me by both. P is my middle initial. So there's different songs for this. Pushing P is one of them. Let me see. Then you got Take Me Through There, Take Me Through There. That's talking about the jumps. If you know what the jumps is, you know you can come and tell me you know what the jumps is. Kevin Gates, that was one of them. I'm gonna tell you a higher rank, and they saying they don't want them coming and harming nobody. That's why they trying to detach by the ages. See, they what I'm saying. I don't want to too much get this school buses tag number or nothing, but y'all see it, school bus. So it is. The school bus comes down here every day that the school is open. So again, y'all need to be careful what y'all do in this area. And I had already been saying that way before today. Let me see. Bill Gates and God, what is the other guy name? It's another guy. He's in a wheelchair. He's disabled. He speaks with a computer. I got told this back when I was a little girl. And how I was first told was through my brain, through my head. It was something that they were saying they want to do space travel. It was a lot of different teachers that they had recruited. That they were saying. A lot of people was like, if you don't even treat the people, if you don't even treat the people on Earth good, then what makes you think that you're gonna go in space where there is no laws and the laws haven't got made? What makes you think that you're gonna treat them any better? So it's like let me see, they saying I can't do this by myself, even though it's being made hard for me to get around because they pulled my tag. It's a tag pull is what it was. It was deliberate. I had no control over it, just like I've had no control over all of the other stuff that has been going on in my life. They are saying that they have been doing testing on different things, but they've been saying it through my. And then they said some people is like, "Oh, we could just leave it like this and act like we don't know nothing about what's going on." I mean, who gonna know? It's on the inside of their head anyway. We could just act like they crazy. They saying they not trying to do it like that. Someone is saying it's not about you getting dressed up. They was irritated about it, about me getting dressed up. It's just proof to show you that I can get dressed up, but I know that's not the biggest important thing. But not only that too, because modeling courses, right? Like how you take modeling courses, or you take a drama class, or you take ballet, or you take just different physical gymnastics and stuff like that, right? Someone was supposed to show me, but they was like, we can show you from the inside and it can actually be safe. Now they don't want to play with this. Why? Because again, that's like how there are different drugs that people use and they act like they're using it recreationally, but you can really use to help people with different diseases and sicknesses and stuff. But when people abuse that, like when people start to drug people to harm them or kidnap them and stuff like that, that's what makes it not trustworthy. We need trustworthy individuals in these fields. And so that is the thing that we are striving for. We're trying to, even when you get how pushes and pulls work, you get how they feel, come together and explain that to different people and how heavy it can be, because it can be very, very, very heavy to where you lose consciousness, worse than if you had a date rape drug slipped in your food or in your drink, and then you'll be mobile and people won't even know. And so let me see. The other one is I keep getting the girl who was on Bring It, right? Is I forget her name. But that's from the pushes and the pulls. Again, and that's what they've been saying. If you can't even remember who you are half the time, or where you coming and where you going, all this code, all of these fights, all of this stuff, they make everybody forget everything. Y'all not gonna remember left from right. You not. They saying that's how strong it can get. You're not going to remember, and you don't want the wrong person to scoop it up. They said the game Jacks. You remember when you was a kid, you played the game Jacks. That was an example. He said again. So again, you swear you got everything under control, but then you force control over people for no reason at all, or to a vast or even in little bitty groups. How does that take effect to other people? So it was the Bring It On movie. So with the one with Gabrielle Union, the original, and the other lady, I can't remember her name. I Saw You. Well, Your Face. I saw her down at the DMV. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not. Y'all playing. Y'all playing around. She was down at the DMV. It was a girl. She looked just like you. Let me see. But it's just a phrase. They had me play that tune. It was at nighttime. They had me play it. Burn, it's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere. But the other one was Burn, it's cold in here. There must be some clovers in the atmosphere. So, and then they keep echoing it. Oh, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. And so, my car is dead, so I can't honk my horn right now. Then I kept seeing images of parades and marching bands, but it was lightened. It wasn't hallucinant type level strong. It was just, them telling me about it like a thought and then talking, and then but the phrase means based off of how I was raised, the phrase is saying, oh, you mess me over, it's gonna be a problem, basically. And so what was I saying? I'm gonna go out today. I'm gonna wait till a certain time because I was raised not to go out anywhere without any way to get around, and so that's what I'm waiting on. My money to hit. What was I saying? Yeah, and then the phrase is to for that movie. She was like, "Oh, I went out on the limb for you." She was like, "And you just bail on me? I went out on a limb for you, and you just bail on me?" And then they was echoing that when I was a little girl. I got children out on that limb. There go another bus, y'all. I got children out on that limb. I got children out on that limb. My kids got taken from me. I didn't do anything wrong. Great mom. Great mom. Great mom. Again, that's speaking through. Not only that, great child, was a great teen, great daughter, and would have been a great influence in the community, meaning when you go and get people to be like mentors and stuff like that. I had already got asked to be a mentor when I was a kid. So again, how my life went to this direction, I had no control over it. But deeply, I had no control over it. You get what I'm saying? And for people to feel like they rank a certain thing or they are strong as a certain thing, these things hit you again. You gonna go out and get hit by that Mack truck because you not. You could be in the middle of the street with your hand out, talking about some hope. Stop. Don't go. That Mack truck coming to hit you is gonna hit you. It don't even gotta be at full speed to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And so again, we not playing with this. And so it's like And they got the birds. They playing at the same time as that person that just honked. They played right behind the whatever this bike is. He said this bike ain't supposed to be here. This bike ain't supposed to even be in this yard at all. He said there's a couple of other cars in the back that they asked for everything to be removed, all the junk and stuff, all of the problematic stuff is what they was trying to do. So fresh start means literally fresh start. I'm the baby out of all of my siblings. Out of all of us, I would be the ninth baby unless my family got some other kids hidden somewhere. I'm like basically the ninth baby. But out of all my siblings, now does that mean we all got the same mom and daddy? No, but I am the ninth still because we don't do that step stuff. When we family, we family. When we gonna take care of each other, we gonna take care of each other. If the family is not acting right, is somebody is doing something they didn't got no business doing, and it's just that simple. Let me see. Yeah, so again, different stuff with my kids' name, like the fact that Waterfalls was one of the main songs my daddy used to sing all the time. I They said it was some stuff that they told y'all not to do. A lot of stuff that they told y'all not to do. My baby's name is Layliana, which is Layla Ali Lee mixed with my name, but Lee is in there too. So I'm not trying to play with this, but it makes it hard for different people to be motivational in a positive way if everyone is acting crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like it could have just been something positive because again, who is the ones that's picking for people who are disabled when if their parents are disabled, if their parents not there and you gotta take position to help. How do you do that if people are trying to violate and then they violate it even further by trying to make you seem like you the one violating when you're not trying to do nothing but really help? You know, it makes it worse. So again, going over the people who were really trying to help and the ones that are trying to just violate stuff. And this is why different people trying to have different people block different people because a lot of people don't want to own up to the truth of what really went down. But if you had nothing to do with it, even when you feel like you didn't, then that's what it is. But if it ain't, then that's what it is too. And then we got to go over the whys, And so this is something that is needed before we move forward because things are advancing too much. But then again, it's not good to want to advance on the harm, the pain, the sickness, the confusion, the lies. Like it's not that there go another bus. I won't be showing you this bus, but there is another bus. And so, yeah, it's just like there are better ways to do things, and sometimes the better way is for you to just get out of the way, go sit down somewhere, detach yourself, and do some self-evaluating. And they have been asking for y'all to take it seriously. They have also been asking for y'all to get therapy. It's gonna be different people out of they are saying who are lawyers and have or hasn't necessarily been in a field yet, but have had college degrees, but it's gonna be some civilians as well that they pull. We need y'all to find a safe location to meet up at. He said they had asked for some people to come to the 404 day. I was supposed to go. I did not come on time because I went to work because these people keep trying to lock me up. I don't have nothing to do with what happened, but they not letting that be known that I ain't had, and I'm not trying to lose my safety. Me being walking and breathing and alive, You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to lose none of that because I done got locked up for something that ain't even, again, I got, this situation happened to me because someone tried to run me off the road in a school zone. As a parent, I wasn't even safely secured. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So, I'm trying to not forget anything. So the 404 day, yeah, I was there, right? Yeah, I saw you. You should get pink. You get what I'm saying? I saw you, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. Um, it's a man. It might be more. Yeah, you should know what that means. Now, why I'm not saying that is not to play with it. It's so you can speak on it. So y'all can speak on it. Truthfully. Let me see. Oh yeah, I guess you felt the way about the outfit. Yeah. Had nothing to do with the outfit. But I mean, it was places as around where I stayed as a child. It really is, oh goodness, jeez Louise. One of the members of B2K. Why? Because of Y2K. So one of the members of B2K has a restaurant literally right in front of where I used to stay. Well, it's down the street. So across the street is the train station, College Park. That's where I'm from. But if you go back up into that area, it's some apartments. Now, it's a big building sitting where I used to stay. They tore it. I think we was the only person to stay in that building. They tore it down. They tore that building down. And we're not gonna say that part. My brothers used to say jokes of Y2K. But gay means happy. It's supposed to mean happy. Is it? No, we not gonna play with that though. And so, yeah. And they said it's a lot of people that didn't have no control over what they went through. Let me see. Pushes and pulls. I have never been around these people at all. Like, it's not the same as somebody doing a meet and greet or going to a concert. Because I have been to concerts where they had performed. I think maybe twice. And that was when I was younger. So again, no one's coaching me to say different things. You know, when you need to do a checklist to make sure everything is safe, then you need to in a way that's not about lying and tricking and scheming people. Then that's what you need to do. If I don't come and talk to different people, it's because I'm not about to let no one toy with me. Let me see. My mama had always said she had seen those buildings end up being like people was gonna buy them and make different little businesses and stuff out of them. Since I was a little girl, she had motivated us. I'm talking about that van. We have a van just like that in the backyard, but it has a symbol on it. I don't know what the letter's about. My dad bought it from someone, but he buys stuff from people all the time. Now, again, if you're just trying to be innocent and you go and buy something and someone, let's explain the fact that, yeah, even the word innocent would have to be explained to a third grader. If you try, without trying to cause any problems to anyone, to go and buy something, but somebody gives you something totally loaded or sells you something totally loaded, that's not your fault. If you don't have no agreement with it, you don't have nothing to do with it. But let me explain to y'all what we did. Again, I said it on the previous video, we did community service work. And that literally means in truth community service work. Whether it's cleaning up, whether it was telling people how, they should come together and talk about their problems, treat each other better. That's what we did. My dad used to literally, since we was in elementary school, drive everybody around. He even drove the bus for one of vacation for one of the elementary school field trips. I think it was like to Tennessee, the aquarium, or like we went to the aquarium, but we ended up going to like a 3D show, or one of the times it was like the first 3D shows. I don't remember the full show because I passed out. I don't remember the full show. I remember it was like something about dinosaurs or something like that, and I passed out. Now he said y'all got to talk about, do y'all know everything that's going on with them kids when they go on them field trips, or when they're in them schools, and that's why they calling some of the teachers to come out too. They want it to be at some point we are to end up talking to all of the teachers about how they feel about their jobs, or different things that have happened that they don't necessarily agree with, and why. And so that is what this landmass was supposed to be dedicated to. Is supposed to be a community garden. If anyone is sabotaging in any way, shape, or form, even if we move to another location, you get what I'm saying? Even if we have to detach to different things, then let that be done. You get what I'm saying? And so this has been being requested for years. Even when you sick, you get what I'm saying? Even when you want to be the best leader you can be, if you can't be there because you too sick, you got to separate yourself from everyone. We just went through a sickness scare, everyone in a vast. So y'all know what that feel like. You want to be around your family or your friends, but you can't. And you gotta go and sit down and separate. So again, let's talk about it. That proves that it can be done. It can be done, and it needs to be done. Because again, when you talk about your character, your actions, who you are choosing to be, and why. Again, if people are going through a major amount of hallucination, they need help. Yeah. Like again, you need to sit them people down to where they're not a harm to the general public. And again, yeah, you could be the general public in ways as to where you have degrees. You could be the general public in ways to where, yeah, you still famous, but you still affected as much as the general public is. So again, when people say, oh, well, who cares? Because they're human. They're human. Who cares what this person say, or who cares what that person say? They still human. If they have a different effect on the community, if they can pitch in to help in different ways, you get what I'm saying? Their effects is gonna have a bigger effect than somebody who is working a basic 9 to 5 at a place like Waffle House or McDonald's or whatever, because they don't make as much. You get what I'm saying? Or they can't get around as much. So again, where y'all want to be heard, this is the time. If you feel like there's other locations that are better, you want to link up. Let's stop saying words. Again, I'm notating the word link up. If you want to come together and talk about the different stuff that has happened over time with these things, let's talk about it. Let's get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, let's really better ourselves in truth. So I'm gonna pause right here. And because I don't want to run out of time to where it won't upload, because I've already gone in 40 minutes and some change. All right, bye y'all.